Hey y'all, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are when you see this video. Thank you for joining me, Dorothea, on Through an Orthodox Christian Lens. It is November 28th, 2025. I can't believe we're almost done with this year. Anyway, I want to share this interesting article. It's about Saint Philoumeos. I actually did a piece on him, a video on him a few months back. It was under my Satanic Spirit two-part video series there. And what happened to him in his life. But this story I'm going to share with you, it's got a lot more to it that has to do with miracles. And I'd like to learn all about it while I'm reading it to you, and so you all can learn about it. So let's see. He said, "My brother, they are killing me. Golgotha and Miracles of St. Philoumeos." This came out today. There he is. He met a martyr's death at Jacob's Well, and his twin brother heard his cry from thousands of kilometers away. The story of the saint who stopped tanks and appeared after death. November 29th is a day of remembrance of the holy martyr Philoumeos of the Holy Sepulchre. Saint Philoumeos was born on October 15, 1913, on the island of Crete in a pious large Christian family. In 1937, he took monastic vows and was ordained in the same year. He served in various monasteries and churches of the Jerusalem Brotherhood of the Holy Sepulchre. Everywhere he showed conscientiousness, and spiritual sensitivity. From him came a special peace and calm. Father Philoumeno, or Father Philoumeno, should be, I think, never argued with anyone, never judged anyone. He always kept his unforgettable, kind smile. The last place of Father Philoumenos' spiritual feet was the city of Nablus in Samaria, a service at Jacob's Well. The area was under the control of J adherents. That's the Jewish, I call it J's, or J adherents, who sought a way to seize the well. Father Philoumenos was repeatedly threatened, yet he humbly carried out his obedience as if nothing had happened. On November 29, 1979, Father Philoumenos' body was found lifeless. Everything around was covered in blood. The martyr's face was unrecognizable due to multiple wounds from beatings and an explosion. It later, I heard they chopped him up, basically. It was terrible. It later emerged that J extremists had attacked Father Philoumenos and, after prolonged torture, struck him on the head with an axe. Then, to conceal the traces of the crime, they threw a hand grenade. At the time when Father Philoumenos was suffering martyrdom, his twin brother, Father Elpidios, was in his cell on Mount Athos. God revealed to him everything that was happening to his brother. He saw Father Philoumenos and heard a voice addressed to him, "My brother, they are killing me. My brother, they are killing me. Do not be indignant to the glory of God." When the nuns arrived at the place of martyrdom to clean the church, they saw that everything was smeared with blood, but there was no smell of decay. They heated water and began cleaning, but no matter how hard they tried, the blood would not wash away. It felt as if it was seeping through the floor. The nuns cried and continued scrubbing. After Father Philoumenos' death, his body was taken to Tel Aviv, and it was only on the 6th day that they were allowed to take it from the morgue. Although it was the 6th day since his death, the body did not emit the slightest smell of decay and was very flexible. The brothers could not bear the sight of Father Philoumenos' wounds, whose part of the skull was cut off with an axe, and only one monk named Sophronios dared to dress him. Here the first miracle happened. He addressed Father Philoumenos as if he were alive. "Father, help me dress you, because, as you see, I am alone." And then a miracle occurred. When Father Sophronius began to put the shirt on Father Philoumenos' body, he himself extended his hand to him. In the same way, he helped with his legs. protection of the church, a bomb and tanks. Father Justin succeeded Father Philoumeos at Jacob's Well. He also faced many threats. One night, he saw the martyr Philoumeos in a dream, waking him for service. I woke up, Father Justin recounts, looked at the clock and realized it was still early, and then I felt Father Philoumeos' hand resting on my shoulder. Now, not in a dream, but in reality, I heard Father Philoumeos' voice telling me to go to the church, but not through the left, but through the right entrance. As I descended into the church, I heard the ticking of a clock mechanism, and then I discovered the bomb itself, which was planted on the left side of the altar. I called the police, and the bomb was defused. With the blessed assistance of the martyr Philoumeos, Father Justin managed to achieve the incredible, to complete the construction of the church of the Holy Martyr Fotini over Jacob's Well, which began at the beginning of the 20th century. The miracles accompanying this construction were countless. We will tell only one of them, which occurred after the completion of the work itself. In 2005, the church was attacked by 2 Izzy tanks. What was built with such great effort could be destroyed in an instant. The first tank shot hit the bell tower. Father Justin, in despair, began to pray, Father Philoumeos, if you are a saint, show it now. And the saint immediately came to help Father Justin, saw with his own eyes Father Philoumeos in his usual gray cassock on the church bell tower. Wow. He waved his hands 3 times as if throwing something away. Then it became clear. These were 3 shells fired from the tanks, but they did not reach their target. They fell without exploding and rolled along the pavement like empty bottles. After this, the tanks turned around and disappeared. This is our Father. Numerous miracles performed through prayers to the Holy Martyr Philoumeos have been documented, but it is impossible to describe even a small part of them. Until August 2008, Father Philoumeos' relics were kept at the Patriarchal School of Zion. Even there, many miracles and healings occurred. A decision was made to transfer the relics to the place of the righteous martyrdom to the Church of Jacob's Well. And here, too, there was a miracle. The fact is that Father Philoumeos' relics were very fragrant, and this could attract the attention of Izzy soldiers at the border. Their reaction could be unpredictable, but as soon as the car with the martyr's relics approached the border checkpoint, the fragrance instantly ceased. An Izzy soldier strictly asked the monks, who are you transporting? If the soldiers had opened the tomb and seen the remains, the monks would have had serious problems crossing the border. After a moment of prayerful silence, the abbot said, "This is our Father." At that moment, all the brethren felt Father Philoumeos was truly their father. The Izzy soldier, satisfied with the answer, allowed them to pass without further inspection. Mystery of the Silver Chalice. After many years in the walls of the Zion school, Father Philoumeos' relics returned to the place where the traces of his blood are still visible. 30 years after his martyrdom, on November 29, 2009, the Holy Synod of the Jerusalem Church canonized this saint among the holy martyrs. In 2009, shortly before Father Philoumeos' canonization, the abbot of the monastery, Father Justin, went down to the church at the well to tidy up. In the altar, his attention was drawn to a communion cloth in a glass-fronted cabinet covering a small object. Father Justin was surprised because no one else had entered the altar, and the cabinet was locked with a key that only he possessed. The abbot opened the cabinet and saw a miniature silver chalice in the form of a communion paten. Father Justin was surprised because no one but him entered the altar, and the cabinet was locked with a key, which was also only with him. The abbot opened the cabinet and saw a miniature silver chalice in the form of a cup. It was engraved with the text, "The chalice of the martyr's blood of the holy martyr Philoumeos of Cyprus, shed for the house of the Lord on November 16, 1979. The chalice I drink, you shall drink." Wow. Hieromartyr Justin knew with certainty that neither he nor anyone else had placed the chalice there. Inside the chalice, fragments of the saint's dry blood shed at the hour of his martyrdom were found. No one was ever able to explain the miraculous appearance of this chalice with fragments of blood in the locked cabinet, or the origin of the inscription on it. Wow. Beautiful stories. And, it was such a horrific thing that happened to him, but wow. Wow, wonderful, glorious story. He's a great saint, and it's very touching. I didn't know he had a twin brother that was on Mount Athos. Sometimes saints, they come from families of saints, like the mother was a saint, or usually, and then the kids, there's a lot of kids that are saints as well. So here he had a twin brother that was on Mount Athos and heard his cries. And, twins already have a special bond between them naturally. But of course, this was even, tenfold because of the fact that, they were both holy men. And, I can't imagine how that felt for his brother. But there's faith there, and wow. Amazing story. I just wanted to share that with you. I think they were celebrating his day on the 29th. This is commemorating him. So anyway, thanks so much for watching, for following my channel, and for all your kind and insightful and informative and interesting comments that you leave on my video, under my videos. And until next time.